Hello, my name is Diana Sukilanda, and today I'm going to talk about human and animal communication. As you can see in the picture, humans communicate, also animals communicate, but in different way. Differences between human and animal communication. Human communication it's an intentional communication with a specific purpose, which uses a language which is a complex system. When we communicate with other persons, we did it with a purpose. For example, if I have a family in another country, I miss them, I feel sad, and I want to communicate to make sure if they are okay. Also, for example, the president of the country wants to communicate to all the people of the country some important message and use the communication for that. People communicate. It's different than animals because we have a complex system to communicate. We have the grammar, phonetics, we have pragmatics, all of these stuff that it's part of our system. Also, as you can see, we have the grammar, the rules, pronunciation, etc. Also, we have an important thing that we have the interactive communication. For example, if I am talking with a friend, I can be telling a problem and he or she is listening to me, and after when I finish, it's going to give me a feedback, maybe an advice or something like that, and it happens only with humans, not with animals. Differences between human and animals communication. In this case, we are going to talk about animal communication. It is instinctive, that is, it only acts on instinct without using conscience, planning, or lack of a communication system. And animals use it to exchange information. They use various channels to communicate, such as sounds, visual signals, smell, touch, etc. As you can see in the paragraph, the animals, they don't have the communication system. They don't have a grammar, phonology, etc. They don't have the rules, all of this stuff. They just communicate for the instinct to survive because they are hungry or they have some fear. And they have various channels or ways to communicate. Like you can see in the picture, the sheep are doing a sounds, they're communicating like that, or the monkeys are just touching each other, and also it's a type of how they communicate. Why is animal communication not a language? Animals communicate to meet biological needs and as a method of survival. And we have some examples. For example, the animals, they have lack of system. They don't have the structure like we have, like we have as a human. Absence of grammar. Of course, they don't have any grammar. That is the basic elements of words to create complex structure and sentences to communicate. Limitation of the transition of information. Transmission of basic information about immediate needs lacks a flexibility to express abstract or complex ideas. For example, if I am sad, I am able to communicate to my family or to my friends how do I feel, and to do that I use complex ideas, abstract ideas. The animals, they cannot do this. Human communication through language. Human communication becomes language when it follows a set of rules and a structure that allows the transmission of information between individuals. As we said before, we have a complex system to communicate. And here we have some examples. We have things and symbols. For example, we have this symbol. If you see a symbol in any place, you will understand that you cannot smoke in the place or around the place. The grammar, of course, we don't have. We have the grammar, we have the rules, all of the stuff. The grammar, the phonologic, and the phonologic. We study the sound system, as you can see in the picture, all the sounds. The semantic, we study the meaning of the words and the relationship, as you can see in this picture. The meaning of each word, like this apple. And pragmatics, we study the language in relationship of the context, like how it is related, as you can see in this picture. Verbal and non-verbal human communication. Here we have a verbal communication. In the verbal communication, we have the spoke or written. Any of these examples, it's a verbal communication. Also, the verbal communication can be direct or indirect, and the non-verbal communication is composed all of the aspects of communication that do not involve words. Gestures, facial expression, body posture, tone of voice, eye contact, physical proximity, sign language, etc. This way of communication can be faster and more intuitive than verbal communication. It is true, that's why we have to be careful, because if you do this, you understand very well that something is wrong, something that you don't like. You make an ugly face, like people will understand that something is wrong, and they will understand very well. So we have to be careful with our body language, with our gestures, with our position, tone of voice, because we are communicating actually sometimes more than we actually talk. And then we have a verbal and non-verbal human communication, difference between human and animals. Verbal language, as I said before, humans use complicated and flexible verbal language with a large vocabulary, with abilities to form infinitive combinations of words to express abstract ideas and complex concepts. But the animals on the other side have a simple vocal communication system and do not have abstract or symbolic expression management. They may do sounds or some expressions, and that will be it. Non-verbal communication, humans use countless non-verbal signals such as gestures, facial expressions, and body posture to better express their ideas embodied in their verbal communication. Although some animals also use a non-verbal signal in their communication, they are not as complex and advanced as humans. That's the big difference. And that's all I'm going to talk about for this topic today. Thank you very much for listening.